and then the Greeks. So, Socrates, you were the one, you little faggot, were you? Who split us from ourselves, putting our minds on pedestals, consigning all the rest of us to mechanist oblivion. Because of you, the noble savage to a savage noble turned, and light dimmed from this planet as the holy women burned. The rape, the torture of our mother Earth, you sanctioned that. You and your golden boys, your pretty toys who hung about your intellectual crutch, exchanging adulation for the lecher's touch. How does it feel now after all these years? Do you lie snug smug in some Olympian males-only club? Or are you still turning in an earthly grave, wondering why worms have shown such scant respect to someone of your towering intellect? And of course, thank you. They did murder a lot of women through history in order to reach this point in time where everybody thinks the planet is just this mechanical blob that you can dig up and destroy and it'll all be all right in the end. What is a witch but a woman who knows her own power, reading the feelings in her guts in preference to the rubbish in the press? What is a witch but a wild woman, raging with fury at all the destruction the fools and the greedy ones have wrought on our planet? What is a witch but a free woman, riding the broomstick of delight, soaring phoenix-like out of the ashes of her sister's sad history? Well, of course, it's not all bad. And being an older woman, we'll come back to being an older woman, can be quite interesting too. Things change. One's libido changes sometimes too. Has anybody here seen my libido? Now, I know I used to have one, now it's gone. I think I put it somewhere for safekeeping, but where, I can't recall. It's been so long. Well, the other night it happened. Male presence. Even got him to accompany me to bed. But when it came the time to do the business, we had coffee and a cigarette instead. Well, it never was a Porsche of a libido. As sex drives went, it only ever had 2 gears. The first was, do we have to? Oh, all right then. The second, good, you've come, that's over, cheers. I saw it as a shriveled little raisin, wiped out by years of sexual misuse. I never thought I'd lose a little bleeder. My God, to think it's out there running loose. I bet I find it up the university. It always went for intellectuals, it like head. Just wait until I get it home to Mama. I'll glue it to the bottom of my bed. So if you notice any alien presence, especially you young guys with long hair, don't squash it. It's not lice, it's my libido, just shopping in a favourite thoroughfare. Life's not the same since I lost my libido. Even chocolate has lost its magic taste. So girls, if you've still got one, better flaunt it. Don't let a good libido go to waste. Well, thank you. Not always the right one that comes knocking at your door. Women of a certain age have a right to feel outrage when any married male cronies, who must look on us girls as ponies, want to take us for a ride. In other words, a bit on the side. The marriage bed is often thorny, and men are almost always horny. So, older women being seen as desperate, mad, but usually clean, we are the perfect pick to harbour a frustrated dick. I hate to have to tell a friend he must be round the fucking bend if he thinks that I'm so silly as to accommodate his willy. No, all my married friends get is talking. I'll let my fingers do the walking. Not that I always want to, of course, there's always that. As you get a little older, sometimes you just can't be bothered. I wonder if it's age or luck that makes me the world's most indolent fox. Oh, don't get me wrong, I can lie there and take it as long as my partners don't expect me to fake it. But when it's my turn to do something physical, I'm afraid I become like a woman invisible. I think part of the problem is it's medically true that once women climax, our interest goes too. That doesn't explain why I've got me an attitude that ranges from boredom to downright ingratitude. I think part of the problem lies deep in my past, in all those relationships that just didn't last. The harder I tried to show my affection, the faster they ran in the other direction. So now, when I screw, the pleasure's all mine. I can take it or leave it. By me, that's just fine. And I don't even care if it's age or luck that makes me the world's most indolent fuck. Nothing more to round off this time of my life. Being menopausal doesn't mean you're suddenly a sexual has-been. Don't take the word as literal, especially if you're clitoral. And HRT can make you awfully keen. You save a lot on tampons, that's for sure. You know, they're damned expensive if you're poor. You know, they're taxed as luxuries, whereas razor blades are necessities. I'd love to bleed on Parliament's sexist floor. I shall miss my monthly bouts of PMTs, that female psychological disease. I'd have murder in my bones, put it all down to hormones and get away with anything I please. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun now my days of having babies are all done. All life ends in the grave, so I'll go out on a rave. Here comes menopausal woman on the run. Thank you.